everyone, welcome back to SCM Hive, and today I'm starting a new series which is interview preparation for supply chain roles, and I wanted to start it a bit differently. Most interview prep videos just give you a question and an answer, but that's not really how it works in a real life. In most companies, especially for anything which is beyond a very junior role, you are not talking to one person. You are sitting in front of a panel, and each person on that panel is quietly judging you on a completely different things. So before we get into the actual questions, let's talk about that for a second. What are they actually scoring you on behind the scenes? So the first step I will talk about, that is technical knowledge. Okay, means do you actually understand the subject? Second is problem solving. Means how do you think when there is no clean answer? Third is communication. Can you explain yourself clearly in under pressure situation? The fourth is mindset. It means, are you self-aware, are you motivated, and are you easy to work with us? And almost every panel interview, no matter the company, is quietly checking these four things: technical knowledge, problem solving, communication, and your mindset, usually through different people. So today, instead of just giving you Q&A, I want you to actually put you inside one of these interviews. I'm going to play all three interviewers and the candidate so you can hear what this really sounds like and see which parts work and which parts don't. So let's meet the panel. Here, who's in the room today? 3 interviewers and 1 candidate. So we'll start with first Mr. Rajesh Mehta. Okay, and the designation of this person is, he is a senior supply chain manager. You get it? He is a senior supply chain manager, and he basically judged the technical, he will take the technical round, you can say. Okay, means he will watch, do you actually understand the subject or it's just the buzzwords. Second, you can meet Miss Avni. She is HR manager. Okay, and she's basically to check, she will take behavioral round. You get it? Means she will watch, are you self-aware, are you motivated for the right reasons, and are easy to work with us. Now, the third is Mr. David. Mr. David, he is the operational head. Okay, operational head, and what he will take the situational round, and he will see how do you exactly or actually think when a real problem lands on your desk. And the candidate name is Mr. Rohan. Okay, so means he is a fresh graduate. He applied for the role of supply chain analyst. You get it? All right, let's go inside the room. Okay, we'll start. It's an interview room. Mr. Rajesh, Miss Avni, Mr. David are seated in the conference room, and Rohan walks in and sits down. So interview starts with the question from Mr. Rajesh. Who is Mr. Rajesh? Who will check the technical skills. So Rajesh asked the first question. He said, thanks for coming in, Rohan. Let's just start simple in your own words. Can you tell me what is the meaning of supply chain management? So what exact answer Rohan will give? Rohan will start with a confidence, and he will say that supply chain management is like, it's everything that happens before a product, okay, before a product actually reaches to the customer, sourcing the material and deciding how much to make, and storing it and getting it delivered. So supply chain management is really about coordinating all of that so it happens on time without wasting money along the way. Okay, if you will see in Rohan's answer, he used all technical terms which is required to clear the meaning or to explain the meaning of supply chain. Means he used the product, he used the sourcing material, he used how to make, how much, and what will be the quantity, and how, in where we need to store, and the last is delivered. So he explained the full process in these, using these terms, which is a technical term. So on his answer, what Rajesh did, Rajesh nods nicely and he makes the small note. Maybe he likes his answer that he used the technical terms in the question. Next question Mr. Rajesh asked from Rohan. He said, good, nice answer. And then he asked, a lot of people use logistics and supply chain as if they are the same word. Are they? Here we don't need to give a notebook or text answer. Here we need to be very natural and listen what Rohan answered. Rohan answered, no sir, not exactly. Supply chain is the bigger picture. Sourcing, he covered sourcing, manufacturing, storing, okay, and delivery. All of it. Logistics is really just one part of that, mainly the transport and warehousing. Okay, warehousing side. So logistics sits inside the supply chain. It's not the whole thing. Here also what Rohan said, Rohan explained in a very clear way that logistics is a part of the supply chain. It's a mini part of the supply chain which is handling the transportation and warehousing majorly part. And supply chain is a full pack of the supply chain. Means they need to source, they need to manufacture, they need to store, they need to deliver. But logistics is a mini part of the supply chain. So next question Rajesh asked, okay, right, let's go a bit deeper then. So he asked, what do you actually know about inventory management? Specifically, how do you stop yourself from overstocking or running out? Very simple question, but very tricky answer, right? He needs to be very, he can't say textbook answer here. He needs to be very, Rohan needs to be very smart here while giving the answer, how he can manage the overstocking and it will not run out as well. So what Rohan said, it's really a balancing act. If you overstock, right, that's money just sitting, they are doing nothing. He connected this overstock with which risk? Money. And depending on the product, it can expire also or go out of season. Expire or out of season. Correct. And if you understock, what he said, you risk losing the sales completely here. Right? So companies usually forecast demand from past pattern. Forecast demand from past patterns. Keep a bit of a safety stock as a buffer and set a reorder point. Okay. So new stock shows up before you actually hit zero. So if you will notice, the question was very tricky, but he handled this question very smartly. He first explained the overstock, and if the inventory is overstock, what are the risks will be, what are the loss the company will face. So he explained very nicely that if the situation is overstock, money will be like, we will lose money, the product will expire, and maybe it will be out of the season. And when he explained the understock, he explained very clearly that we will lose the sales. Okay. And then he used the forecast word safety stock words, the order point. Means he used the terms like technical terms which is under the supply chain and majorly play a role in day-to-day job. So if he is using these kind of words while giving the answer in the interview, means he is aware about all these terms, right? He is just not giving vague answer or in a very natural way. He is using technical words. It means he is well aware of with all these terms and he can handle all these. Means in future he can handle all these things in a very easy way. So what Rajesh did, Rajesh leans back. He was very satisfied with the answer and the interview shifted to HR, means to Miss Avni. Now it's Miss Avni turn. As I mentioned in initial my video that she will check the behavioral skills. So she started the interview and she said, "Thank you, Rohan. I want to shift gears a little." And she said one question. She asked, out of everything you could have studied, why supply chain? Means this question is a bit, tricky, tricky way she asked, but the question is very, very simple. She asked why you choose the supply chain. If she would have seen a very simple way, this is the actual question. Why you chose the supply chain as a career? So, in this situation, what Rohan will say? So, what he usually people are saying, oh, this was the only option, or like, I don't, there's a lot of job openings in this position. No, we can't answer like this and we can't handle a situation like this. You need to be very smart here. So, what Rohan said, honestly, what pulled me in was how practical it is. Means he related the supply chain with the very, very practical field or industry. So he said, every decision actually shows up somewhere real. A shelf being stocked on time. Okay, means no overstock or no, like zero stock. A warehouse running smoother, and it touched so many parts of a business at once. Planning, okay, operations, he said, even finance. So I never feel stuck learning just one narrow thing. How smartly he gave the answer. He said that I will, through on my career, I will learn a new things inside only my field. I need to learn planning, I need to learn how operation is working, I need to see how finance is working, finance is related to inventory, of course. So he showed his interest, and in a way he handled, he said it's a very growing industry and very growing field, where inside the one field, inside the one supply chain department, I can learn so many things. That's why I chose supply chain as a subject to build my career in this field. So Avni said that's fair answer. Next question is, where do you see yourself in a career wise in coming 5 years from now? Very basic questions in every interview mostly people will ask. So Rohan said, I had liked to have moved from an entry level into someone who can independently handle a piece of the supply chain. Maybe, he said, demand planning. Okay, maybe procurement, or like, I'm still figuring out which I enjoy more. But the plan is to build real hands-on experience first and later take a bigger decisions. Maybe mentor someone newer, the way I'm hoping someone does for me. So he handled this question very nicely. He said that he is looking for himself independently in the piece of supply chain. He didn't say directly, I'm looking myself after 5 years as a manager, as a team handling people. He handled very smartly. He used technical wordings, he used technical words also in this question, because in the panel interview, if you remember, there is a 3 people, HR, technical round, the technical person and the operations. They always focus how you are handling all situation very nicely and how you are using the terms during the interview. So he was very clear and he gave a very, satisfied answer. So what Avni did, she smiled slightly and she writes something on the, notebook, and she shifted the interview to Mr. David. Okay, so now interview shifted to Mr. David. He is an operational head who will observe the operational knowledge of Mr. Rohan. So he started the interview and he said, all right, Rohan, let's make this very practical. He said, say 3 urgent things land on your desk at the same time. How do you decide what to actually do first? Very easy question. He asked very straightly, no modification and no different language. He asked openly, like how you will handle the such like urgent things. It is kind of, he is checking like how he will handle everything is under pressure situation, and how he will give the he can't do everything in a one time. He needs to set a priority. So he is checking his mindset, how he is handling everything. So what Rohan said here, he said, I will look at 3 things first, okay, and I will see how urgent it really is and what happens if I will delay it. He fixed that one first. He said, if something affects a customer, you will note his wordings, okay? A customer to or stops production. That jumps to the top means he will give the priority to that one, even over something that just feels loud in that moment. I had also flagged early if something might get delayed. So nobody caught off guard waiting on me, and I'm generally can't get to everything. I will ask a teammate to help and split it. So his answer was very genuine. He said that okay, if I find that I'm not myself, I'm not even like I'm not able to complete all three tasks in a short time, or like if all the three things was important or priority, definitely I will take help from my teammate, which is a very satisfied and genuine answer. Of course, some people are thinking and they scared in the interview. No, if I will say something like that, they will check, they will doubt on my ability, that I'm not able to complete the task by myself, I'm not that much talented. But no, Rohan gave the answer that is very practical and obvious. So after that, Mr. David asked the next question. He said, okay, here is a bigger one I will ask you. He said, if a supplier is late on a shipment and it's already affecting your production line, walk me through what you will actually do. Okay, so Rohan said, it's a little tricky question. What he said, in here also he's checking his mindset. He said, first I will call the supplier and I will directly understand why it is late, what is the reason, and I will get a realistic new date, not just an apology. I will ask him, okay, if you are not able to deliver this time, then what is the next date you will deliver? I will not take his just apology and I will cut the call. No, I will ask him, tell me the next date. Then I had checked how badly this actually hits us. Of course, you need to check, right? Like, it is stopping our production. Does a customer need to be told? Means some commitment it's there with the customer, and flag that early instead of letting it be surprised later. Means he will tell the situation to the seniors managers. He will not keep hide or keep with himself until the last moment. If it's urgent enough, I had checked whether a backup supplier could cover us just this one case, which is a very smart move. And afterward, I had logged what happened, because if this keeps happening with the same supplier, that's a separate conversation worth having. Means he will, after when situation will handle, he will check the whole history, that if the same thing could be happen in the future, or maybe there's a chances, then he will look into that. Means in this question, he explained what he will do at the present time, what he will think that how we can handle the situation next, and then he will think in the future also if there is a chance that the same supplier will do this mistake again or not. So in the same answer, in a very short way, he explained the three solutions, which is very satisfying answer for the Mr. David. Now the last question asked by Mr. David, it was, he gave him situation, like he said, last one from me, and it's a bit curved ball. He said, I hand you $10,000 today, okay, and tell you to buy 500 laptops. You're getting my question? He said that I will give you $10,000 and you need to buy 500 laptops for a new office. Walk me through step by step. Means he wants to know his knowledge in terms of process, what is the step he will take. So what Rohan did, he took a pause for a second and he was actually doing the maths calculation in his head before he's answering. So he said, actually, can I flag something first? Very quickly he said 10,000 for 500 laptops work out $20 of a laptop. One laptop works out $20, and that's just not a realistic number. So before I do anything else, I had go back and clarify that number, because in 10,500 laptop is impossible. So he did the calculation very quickly and he said, so I will see the number exactly and clarify that it is a correct or not. And what David said in this, he said, fair catch. So he said, again one question he asked, he said, assume that budgets get corrected. Means 10,000 was the correct budget he gave to Rohan. Means his manager gave to Rohan. So what next you will do? So Rohan said, then I had shortlist a few reliable suppliers, compare their pricing, warranty and delivery timelines, negotiate where I can, and go with whoever gives the best overall value, not just whoever cheapest. Before final sign off, I'll also confirm the delivery date and check the quality of the batch. So David actually smiles and he sits back. And then Rajesh took a command. Mr. Rajesh, who was the technical expert, he said, good, I think we have what we need. They were very satisfied with the Rohan answers. And thanks for coming in, Rohan. We will be in touch, as always people say. Okay, so Rohan shakes hands with all three and he exits the room and everything was settled again. So now stepping out of the role play now, and I will just let's quickly break down why Rohan answers landed so well and panel member by panel member. So if I will say Mr. Rajesh, okay, Rohan explained concept in his own words. What was the feedback? Okay, I'm telling you the feedback from each of the panel. So Mr. Rajesh said that Rohan explained concept in his own words. There was no textbook definitions. That's what the technical rounds are actually listening for. Means he used a lot of technical words and they explained the concept very quickly and in a very nice way. It was very articulated, you know. And then the next was Avni, who was checking the behavioral things. So she said his reasons were specific and personal, not generic. It was a safe choice answers. And the third was Mr. David. It was based upon the situational. He said that Rohan walked through steps, not just outcomes. He didn't jump to the answer. He explained step by step everything to him. And he caught the hidden trap in the budget question also instead of rushing past it. Means he was not in the rush that I will give answer. He did the calculation. He took his, time, and he trapped the question, the budget also of in the question. So Mr. David liked the way he handled the situation and he gave him step-by-step answer. He liked a lot. So it was a feedback from all three panel or all three the interviewer. So notice something else too. Rohan was not perfect or robotic. He paused before the tricky question. He said, I am still figuring out which I enjoy more. That honestly actually makes him sound more credible, not less. You don't need a flawless answer, you need a thoughtful one. So that's what a real panel interview can actually feel. Three different people, three different lenses and one candidate trying to stay steady through all of it. Okay, the full PPT with all the questions from today and the model answer written out is free to download. Link the description and on the website. Today, panel covered general question, the kind that show up almost anywhere or everywhere. If you want the next episode to build a panel specifically for demand planning or procurement or logistic roles, tell me in the comments and I build the next role play around whichever come up most. If this helped, hit like the button. It helps the reach more people preparing for the same thing. Comment which topic you want next one. And if you are new here, subscribe the channel. Free supply chain content every week. See you in the next one.